for all of the fans that are out here at the Ridge Motorsports Park. What a great turnout. It's going to be a fantastic super sport race that is going to unfold here in just a couple of moments. Thinking back to some of the things that happened yesterday, the Rahal Ducati team with PJ Jacobsen finishing second yesterday, Kayla Yakov getting her first podium of the season and her first podium in Supersport in the dry conditions.
I mean, she's making huge strides the last couple races, and middle of the year she was struggling a little bit, and she was frustrated. She was a little bit down on herself, and she fought really hard and dug herself out, and she's riding so well since the last race and all weekend this weekend, and it's been really cool to see that work pay off for Kayla.
Well done, Kayla. Impressive. Hey, you cut me off in the first chicane.
I know. When I got the podium yesterday, that was relief. When I was in the podium, that was just my raw relief, because that was everything that I wanted to do for the season. I was able to get it done just over halfway through the season. So huge monkey off my back. That was probably one of the most fun races I've had in MotoAmerica. It was kind of weird, because when I got to the podium, I was happy, but at the same time, now I'm wanting more. So I'm really hungry, and I was really enjoying today.
Supersport Race 2, we're away, and it looked like your pole sitter had a little bit of chatter coming from the clutch. Might lose a position. Nope, going to sneak up the inside. And so it looks like it's going to be PJ Jacobsen who's going to lead the way.
It was a completely different race today from yesterday. PJ's the one that checked out, and everybody had to hunt him down. Whether it was 3rd to 6th, 7th place, it's a train the whole time.
Right now, it's going to be Matthew Skolds at the top of the hill. Is he going to have enough room? He does. He goes to the edge of the racetrack, gets it back turned, and that's 3rd place for your championship points leader.
Come on.
There goes Kayla up the inside. So a nice braking maneuver around Jake Lewis. So Kayla Yakov looking to make some moves.
Go, come on. Right now, a podium for me and her is a win, because she's just chipping away.
As we continue to watch the battle for the final podium spot, it's Ty Scott, Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki, who leads the way.
Send it! Yes!
That is an incredible pass. And not only is it an incredible pass, she gets the bike stopped and doesn't run wide at all. I mean, she just has the thing turning on a dime.
PJ and Schultz, and they're the guys that everybody's going after, and they kind of have their own little battle going on.
This is going to be Matthew's first time to size him up in these conditions. You can see Schultz is going for it, but he can't. Can he get it turned? He's a little wide. Yeah, he was in awfully deep.
There's some full sends going on there. It's tight, and you have a little tiny bit of area to make it work.
As you can see, Matthew's going to line him up here.
And down goes PJ Jacobsen. And Schultz has a look over his shoulder. And unfortunately, PJ lifted the bike up and wanted to get back into it and couldn't get it done. And there goes Kayla Yakov now, who made a pass on Ty Scott. So that's going to move her into 2nd place. And a big victory for Matthew Schultz here in the Pacific Northwest, as we await the arrival of his final battle for the podium. And it's going to be Kayla Yakov who comes across the line in 2nd place.
Wow.
Ty Scott in 3rd, and Corey Alexander just 0.2 of a second behind in 4th place.
Today was better. Not as many tears, more happy, being at the wall, giving her dad a big hug, because without what he's done for her, she wouldn't be able to do what she's doing. He's given his whole life to making sure she's on a bike and has the progress that she's had.
Yeah. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Wow.
So proud of you.
After getting together with Matthew Schultz, unfortunately you went down. Take us through that account firsthand.
I just went in there. There was no way there was any room to pass me there. And Schultz went up the inside of me and just took my my shoulder and my bar right out from me. So unfortunately, I couldn't do anything about that at all. And, it just sucks to race like that.
Unfortunately, ran a tiny bit wide, touched him and put him down. And, sorry to him. I don't want to race, and to win like that. So, apologies there. I'm sure that we're going to have a couple more bangers after this one.
We've continued to build this entire season, and I feel like I'm finally at that point. This weekend is one of those weekends where I feel like I've been able to make a statement that I'm not just here riding around. I'm here to go out and win.
think the key to success around here is like keeping the wheels in line. Basically, you can tell he's not sliding too much. Like that's the fastest way, just keeping the wheels in line.
We'd come here before the club meeting started and get a little extra practice in, and it's when the track is at its best usually, because we had races over the weekend, so the track is still held up and there's still somewhat of traction left.
Lodi Cycle Bowl is in Lodi, California, about 15 minutes from Stockton, California. Lodi Cycle Bowl Club, it's a nonprofit organization. They actually purchased this property back in the 50s, and they made a racetrack there.
Bobby Fong's move to Northern California brings him back to where he grew up and learned how to race.
There's a lot of good memories from that place. I can't pinpoint one. There's been plenty of exciting moments out of Lodi. A lot of people fist fighting in the pits and throwing beer at each other, so it's cool.
I believe that's this number 50 I believe that's Mark Corsetti, who my brother asked him to have his number, and then I inherited it from my brother. But that's the original number 50 that we grew up watching right there.
The track has been running races continuously since 1953.
A lot of history here.
Jim Nichols, Chris Carr in this picture. Kenny Roberts is right here.
20 years ago, there wasn't like mini road racing for kids. So in order for kids to cut their teeth racing, you're either going to motocross or dirt track. And since dirt tracking was closer to road racing than motocross, that's the path we took, because from the beginning, Bobby and I wanted to go road racing. And this particular time, somebody had crashed in front of him. He crashed and he fractured his wrist. He sat it out. It would have been his second consecutive year being number one for the 85cc class. That particular weekend, the pro motocrosser, James Stewart, had been racing with a fractured ankle. You say you want to be a pro, I think it's a little tougher racing supercross with a fractured ankle than your wrist being fractured. He said, I'll never do it again, Dad. And this was the exact tone that we had. You know, there's no, you better do it. There's none of that. If you want to take it to the next level and be a pro, that's what it's going to take, things like that.
This place is always in my dream. I spent so much time here as a kid. I feel like I've always, like, somehow, some way, I've always had this in my dream. Like I'm in the pits or doing something here. It's just weird being here. It's just a place in Lodi and just a whole bunch of hillbillies and, you know, just fast riders. And it grooms some fast people. And there's something about that place. There's something in the water over there. But Lodi Cycle Bowl is, it's definitely home for me.
Like old days.
When you say Laguna Seca, everybody knows where that is, and everybody has a favorite battle from that track. Rossi and Casey Stoner up into the corkscrew, that battle they had. My brother Nicky winning his first MotoGP race there. So there's just so much history going into it.
The Roland Sands King of the Baggers team is back at Laguna Seca.
We were going in just kind of looking to finish some races because of not finishing races so many times this year.
Engine issues and bike problems have plagued the team all season.
You know the bike is good, you know the rider's good, you know he has confidence in the bike. It's just maintaining that level constantly that's the difficult part.
Getting out in the first practice was an important step in getting some confidence back.
Spinning up the rear a lot.
No, it's okay.
Holding its line okay?
Yeah, everything feels good.
Okay.
The gearing's just way off.
Really?
I'm super proud of what Bobby's done. I've watched him race since he was a small kid, and just to watch him finally just put it all together and really make a go of it, I couldn't be more proud of him.
You see Bobby Fong back out. He sat out for the baggers race back at Brainerd. The team making the decision to regroup a little bit, saying they needed to work on a couple of things, get themselves back up to speed. It's great to see him back out on the grid.
Bobby had a really good session this morning down there in third. You know, you don't really put yourself in this spot a lot. The guy that's leading the Superbike points is also racing the king of the bagger.
Laguna's kind of a weird one with Bob because he traditionally just does not do well at Laguna.
Your bag came open.
What?
Your bag was open the last couple of laps. Okay. Hey, how dope would that be to pull up to the podium and pop open the bag and hand beers out to everybody?
That would be incredible.
Bobby put his head down and got up to P4 in qualifying 2, which put him in the challenge race.
So what Bobby Fong can do, he's going to move up a couple spots as well. There to third.
A 129.2 for Bobby Fong, third in this session. We'll see if Rocco Landers, as he comes up to the stripe, if he's able to find any improvement. A 129.0 for Rocco Landers, so bumping Bobby down just a little bit in this session.
They decide to pull out of the challenge as the engine was close to overheating.
I don't know, it's just not cooling down. I don't think it's going to last the race. I think we should pull him. I don't know if it'll last the race.
What do you mean?
Because it got hot.
Break's done, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Hey, let's get it around the wall and let's get the motor changed.
All right.
I'd rather you miss the race than make a fool out of yourself.
Just when you think everything's good, it's not. Welcome to bagger racing.
Cameron Beaubier packs up for Laguna as he prepares for his home race.
I haven't touched this thing since Laguna last year. I was planning on driving it to Ridge, and then both batteries were dead, and I just gave up. I was like, I'll wait till Laguna. Come on. Nope. Gosh dang it, dude.
Little starter fluid in there.
Gosh dang it, man. All right, just got to get the fridge going. It'll start.
Ferdy, my mechanic, he's just like a happy-go-lucky guy. Like, he likes riding moto, he likes riding bicycles, downhill mountain bikes and stuff. Really good rider. He comes over quite a bit, but it seems like every time he comes over, something's broken and he's determined to fix it.
All right, so I just did this.
Did you prime it? Yeah.
No, I didn't prime it. Should I prime it? It was running yesterday, though.
The first time I met Cameron was in 2020 when he flew over in Europe in Jerez for the Moto2 testing, winter testing, end of 2020. Yeah, we quickly became friends because he's a super cool dude. Like, how can you not like the guy, right?
It almost went.
Every time I'm coming over for dinner or to have fun or something, there is always something to fix.
There's also a switch right here. I have no idea what that does.
Yeah, circuit breaker.
It's 110 degrees at home. It's just ridiculously hot, and we're both just dumping sweat. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry.
It's flashing 3 times now, and it's like service required.
Oh no. Oh no. What should I do?
I don't know. Try to do everything, remove the carb, spark plug. I don't really know what's the problem. Now it's doing like before. We just gave up and just load a spare generator and we try again at the track on Thursday. Put way more effort into it, but still won't go, so that's still a problem for next time.
Cameron Beaubier, just after doing 3 laps, has posted a 1:23.523. That's already better than what we had in the first session of qualifying after 40 minutes of runtime yesterday. So how good is the racetrack right now? I think Cameron is showing us early on.
Well, that's not a bad way to start the day.
Man, just the difference from Ridge to this week, my foot has made a massive step, so that's good. It's obviously not 100%, but I'm able to ride like I know how to ride. I was feeling pretty good on the bike.
Beaubier right now on this lap, this could break the outright track record.
Now being shown half a second quicker than what he was just 1 lap ago. As Cameron Beaubier comes up the hill, 1:22.556 for Cameron Beaubier, breaking that outright lap record here in Superbikes at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Cameron Beaubier, the provisional pole sitter, by over half a second over Josh Herron.
What a lap.
Cameron's new track record put him on pole, and it beats Josh Herron's record that held since 2018. Points leader Bobby Fong qualifies P5.
Now, Jason, it has been an unbelievable season. We thought it was going to be on paper, but it is turning out to be a banger.
That's great. Who's got momentum? I mean, it just switches every single weekend, and now you're at Laguna Seca, a place where every rider circles at the beginning of the year. We can hardly wait to get back here. We got perfect weather. Looking for 2 really good fights here this weekend.
Laguna Seca brings a large contingent of Beaubier's family showing up to root him on.
Nice calm race. You got these guys. Just wait your time out, okay? Wait till the end. You got it.
It's my crazy aunt. She gets the whole family hyped up.
Yeah.
We all got one of those.
Yeah.
Here we go, race number 1, Steel Commander Superbike. 20 laps scheduled in this race. Down into turn number 2 we go, and it's going to be Cameron Beaubier, number 6, who leads the way on the Tyler Cycles BMW.
Great start for JD Beach, too, as Bobby Fong snuck up underneath him. And you can see Josh Herring slots himself into second, or third, rather. So right now, I got to be thinking that Herring's not going to want to see Cameron Beaubier get away. But right now, Beaubier already up front, trying to stretch this lead.
Woo, boy. I had some good confidence from qualifying, some of the changes we made. I was feeling really, really good. I saw my gap growing the first couple laps, and I just put my head down and just kept going.
Oh no,
that's Bobby Fong.
Championship points leader in the gravel trap, makes a huge mistake. And Bobby Fong in the Wrench Motorcycles machine, his Yamaha R1 in the gravel trap, and he's not able to restart.
We need him to stay up. We've got to try and circulate, so he's actively competing. So if he comes in, we've got to try and get him up.
What a shakeup in this championship for Bobby Fong, who had a 1-point lead coming in here over Jake Gagne.
I wasn't 100% Bobby today, I feel like. Yes, I gave it 100%, but in the back of my mind, you always have that little whisper, just keep it on 2. You know, you just get knocked down 1 notch after a crash. No excuses, I was just trying too hard. He just came in, turn 3 bit me.
So the final corner for Cameron Beaubier, onto the front straightaway for the final lap of Steel Commander Superbike race number 1. And to the checkered flag and wheel in the air for Cameron Beaubier. What a win in front of his home crowd. Second place will go to Josh Herron. Third place to Cameron Peterson.
Glad I had a gap, because there halfway through I was struggling a little bit physically. You know, I haven't really keep up on my training like I normally do. Not even necessarily training, but I've just been sitting around a lot, rehabbing my foot. So was struggling a little bit with that. Just rode it into the finish comfortably, and it felt great.
With Fong's crash, it drops him to 4th in the standings as Josh Herron jumps to the top with his P2 finish in race 1. Beaubier moves up a spot, but trails by 41 points.
This is what the Beaubier family does at Laguna. Honestly, what we look forward to all year, and it's more than just coming here for the races. It's nice that I have a family that loves racing as much as I do, and not only that, but just, you know, they love spending time together, and you know how it is, life gets busy, and it's not so easy to see the family, especially when they live, you know, 8-10 hours apart. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna put you on the spot, I'm sorry. Yeah. This is Brian, this is Gringo. These they actually flew over here this weekend just to hang out with us. I haven't seen them in 2 years. I saw Brian last year, but I haven't seen Gringo in 2 years. But Gringo is my mechanic on the Moto2 team at American Racing, and he is my data guy. So it's cool to get everyone together, and so Gringo worked with Ferdy, and
yeah, we've all became great friends, and it's pretty cool to have them out here in California.
We can put Grandma Shara on the spot. Oh, Grandma Shara.
What am I going to say?
Whatever you want.
I'm going to say how wonderful he did today. What an amazing ride on a broken heel. And I cannot believe you broke the track record.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we love you.
They always say that it doesn't have to be blood to be considered family. And that's definitely this family here, right?
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Definitely, a little pressure, extra pressure having the family and friends here, but I love it. I love seeing everybody, and it just makes for a really fun weekend.
In Superbike Race 2, Josh Herrin passes Beaubier for the lead on lap 4 and takes on a 4-rider battle to the finish.
Herrin talked pre-race about his experience here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. It's paying off into the corkscrew. He's going to go to the left and back to the right. Beaubier trying to go around the outside, maybe make a move to square it off and try to get a run on him down the hill. But look how hard Herrin is on the gas. All the while, SDK is there in case this ends up in tears between the top two. But Herrin gets a really good drive down the hill. Boy, the opportunities to pass are running out. Beaubier's got to get a good run on him. Herrin with another good drive to the final corner of the racetrack. Here they go into turn 11. As tight as you like it, SDK makes a move for second place, but now foils the plans of Cameron Beaubier. And here comes Josh Herrin in a master class of racing at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. What a win!
Bobby Fong finished in 4th and now trails Herrin by 23 points. Beaubier moves up another spot, but loses ground to Herrin, who takes control of the points lead with 3 rounds left.
Let's get it, fellas.
You boys ready?
Oh,
You boys ready?
You ready to get after it?
But let's just get through the race today. Have a nice, easy one.
Enjoy the bagger, bro.
All right, fellas. Strip them and rip them. They should have warmers out there.
It's not stressful, it's just, I don't know what it's called. I don't know if it's called stress anymore. Just normal life. Just you live your life with your heart rate just a little bit higher than normal people on a constant basis.
Bobby's season on the bagger continued to be a roller coaster of emotions as he shows promise in race 1.
The first Indian is going to be Troy Herfoss in 5th. He's going to have his hands full with Bobby Fong on the 50. Good to see Bobby Fong back on a bagger's race. He just got off that Superbike. Oh, wow, Herfoss is down.
Out wide, and it looked like he touched the dirt and went down. So Troy Herfoss, who was in 4th place, just threw away the championship lead. Wheel in the air, headed to the checkered flag as he has a look over his shoulder, and it's Kyle Wyman who wins Mission King of the Baggers race number 1. Rocco Landers with his 2nd podium, his teammate Hayden Gillum in 3rd. Bobby Fong comes across the line in 4th place.
Yay!
In race 2, he ran with the leaders all race, but nearing the last lap, bike issues resurface.
Bobby Fong, little tentative on the tip into turn number 6, and that created another 2 or 3 bike length gap. But look at him close that gap. Heading down the hill, all eyes on the number 50 as they head into the final corner, turn number 11. And onto the straightaway they go to make it 7 laps to go. And Kyle Wyman off of that 29.9 standing start, having a good run. They come across 28.8 with Bobby Fong the fastest lap.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
This is dangerous for these guys too, because Gillum, when he gets into a rhythm, we've seen him win on this bike before here for that Vance and Hines Harley-Davidson team. And let's just see how he's able to handle the pace at the front. We'll start to pay attention to some of the lap times here as Bobby Fong's got that thing backed in on the inside of Kyle Wyman.
He's on a mission now.
Lap and a half to go. Mission King of the Baggers race number 2. the number 1 plate, trying to make a move, and he does it so early up in the corkscrew. Boy, I thought he would wait till the last lap to try to make that move. It was late on the brakes, but early in terms of the race, I thought he was going to try to make that move on the last lap. The number 1 saw the opening, he dove in there, and he takes over the spot.
And then as you can see, Bobby Fong, another big problem for Bobby.
He's in 3rd place. He's biding his time. He's getting ready to challenge. Things start slowing down and motor grenaded. So that was the end of Laguna for us.
And even yesterday we finished 4th in race 1, but he was the fastest lap of the weekend. So, I mean, it's like, you know, you get those little feathers in your cap throughout the weekend. You're like, well, we know we have a package. You're the fastest guy on the racetrack. It's very frustrating, very frustrating. So I work my ass off, you know, just back and forth, running around. And like I said, you can't point any fingers. It's just been a bad luck, man. I've done this in the beginning to, you know, it was fun, and done it now to try to make a few extra bucks, but I made 0 money this year on the thing, which is really frustrating. Every race weekend's been a negative on that thing, but, you know, we're gonna try to turn this thing into a positive by the end.
On the next episode, another rough crash shakes Bobby's confidence. And Kayla fights through chaos in Supersport.